Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another American Horror Story reaction. This will be at Season 10, Episode 8. I've just finished watching Episode 7. I didn't have a lot to go off of from that episode, but I did say a couple of things. So if you guys want to know what I'm thinking right now going into this episode, you can watch my reaction to Episode 7. I'll go into a bit of detail over there. We weren't really given much in that episode, so this one is called Inside.
So what's the mystery? Someone in my cabinet, a Russian spy?
I wish you were only that.
The peace treaty between aliens. There we go.
Allowing Americans to be abducted and experimented on.
Are you implying that President Eisenhower somehow...
5,000 people a year. It's a small number whose sacrifice ensures the safety of 190 million Americans.
And with the technology that we are getting in exchange, we will dominate the world.
Okay.
They all know about this treaty. And I'm the damn president of the United States, elected by the American people, and they were gonna keep this from me.
He's getting head.
Jack, honey.
I knew it.
How come you're not going crazy about all this?
Is this meant to be
What do you mean?
Marilyn Monroe or something? Looks like her.
When I was a little girl, I woke up in the middle of the night to this sound.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh my god. Whoa! Fucking hell, man. Whoa! Fuck! Mate, black and white makes everything more scarier, man. Oh my god.
We need to be prepared for anything, sir.
Fucking hell, that was the intro alone. I don't know what's gonna happen, to be honest with you. It must have not come out because in the future, at the end of last episode with the 4 people in the present, they were just Googling stories, so it never actually became public. So something must happen to stop Kennedy. Wait, Kennedy? He's the one that got assassinated. Is this going to be the reason why Kennedy got assassinated? He was on his way to make the speech about aliens.
We interrupt you with a special news bulletin. The president was shot as he drove from Dallas Airport to downtown Dallas. It is reported that 3 bullets rang out.
It is related. I called it.
You'd be proud for the both of us.
If you're so ashamed of this treaty, then why did you make it?
To protect everyone, man. Here we go. 5,000 Americans to save 190 million. It's kind of a fair trade.
Mr. President, Subject 1 has left the containment area.
Where is she?
Fuck off.
I fear your suspicion. I sense your resistance.
I don't like the look of her, man. She's so scary to me. Honestly, this is my worst... It's one of the worst fears I've got, man.
It's evil. Wait, see, we're being tempted? This is our 40 days in the desert.
See ya. Head
Someone
gone.
needs to stand up and say, "Get behind me, Satan!" No.
Good God.
There are toxins and viruses that we have not evolved to combat. So we need to create something better. Part human, part us. That's why we need your people, so that we can go on.
Okay, that makes sense.
Time is running out for both our people.
Whoa! My god, she got killed. Yeah, go on. Where is it? Where's the little mutant? Fucking hell. Idiots.
You're an American hero.
Oh shit. What a shot.
If you say no, they'll go to the Russians and give them all their goodies. And we can't have that, dear heart.
Why does she just look like that, bruv? Fuck off. I'm scared. I actually don't like this. If it was in colour, I'd be fine. This guy, man. This guy's always got a chip in his shoulder, man.
Let me put it in terms you'll understand.
She's it.
If Ike is ruined by this,
Why does she care so much?
what do you think will happen to you?
We play their game. We give them what they need. We take everything they give to us. And when the time is right, we use their own technology against them. Technology is power, Ike. You know that better than anyone.
You were at my house.
You learned about this through my wife.
Here we go. And they're still together 9 years later.
Goddamn fudge.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Man.
I trusted you, Mimi.
I was desperate to find anyone who could talk some sense into you.
Well, all he did was convince me even further that we need to resist these things, because if we don't, people like Nixon are gonna make out. I don't even know who you are anymore.
Allow us to enlighten you.
Oh, shit! Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no!
She's in here, Mr. President. And she's not very happy about it. You remember what happened to the last person we occupied.
Shit.
That all depends on you, Mr. President.
I don't like that black and white shit with the women floating and the eyes are white.
Sorry.
So this series is 2 series in 1, man. What's this got to do with Red Tide? Damn, they're getting pregnant pretty fast. She's freaked out,
Here,
though.
a minute. Just need to check something.
She knows, mate. She knows. This isn't the first pregnant person like this to come to her. Oh, fuck.
So you haven't told him what you saw?
No.
Good.
What the fuck, man? Okay, here we go. Aliens are gonna come out of them. Half human, half alien, so they can live on Earth. Oh, shit.
You must stay calm.
Oh, it's...
For the baby.
Here we go. This is linked to the pills that she makes. Hey, this is proper weird, man. I thought they would have had the kid by now.
It's a pencil. Like, do they drive to the store in a horse and buggy too? I mean, come on.
Steve Jobs.
What the heck have we been doing here for the past 50 years?
Before I settled in Vegas, I spent some time working.
Ursula. Okay, so I'm guessing all of the millionaires in the world have used the technology from aliens. That's why they're so rich now. Like Steve Jobs.
Sit down and stop asking questions.
No, he's gonna have a miscarriage, man.
Please. Just tell me what happens next.
Comes out of your fucking stomach, mate. That'll be that. Okay, so I was about to say that was episode 2, but it's not. That was episode 8. That was episode 8. Like, it's a brand new fucking season we've started here. Nothing linked to Red Tide yet. I thought that was the Doctor from Red Tide that did the pills, but it's not. So I'm starting to wonder if the first part of this series and the part that we're watching now are even linked at all. Did the writers just not have like enough kind of storyline to tell one story for the whole season? They can only come up with 6 episodes of one story and then 4 episodes of another one. And even in this one, it's 2 separate stories. You got one in black and white, that's like way back in the day, talking about all the presidents and stuff. And then you got the one in the future where people are giving birth to aliens. I mean, it makes sense. It is linked. And I feel like I'm missing out on the flashback ones because I'm not up to scratch on the presidency in America, right? So this Ike, the president now that we know, Ike, in this, I've never heard of him. He could be made up for this storyline. And then Kennedy was going to be president after him. And this Nixon guy, obviously I know a Nixon that was a president. I think his name was Richard Nixon. I think he was president at some point. But I'm not up to scratch on their ideologies or anything. So did Nixon ever suggest aliens and stuff living among us? Because in this he seems to be like, he's really sweaty. It's not him, obviously. His name's Dick. Oh no, that is Richard Nixon. Dick Nixon. Because Dick is another name for Richard. So that is Richard Nixon, the sweaty guy. Did he ever, in real life, come up with the ideas about aliens and stuff? Like, was that part of his kind of campaign? And Kennedy being assassinated, that was well written into this because they made it seem like he was assassinated because he was going to leak aliens to, well, the world, essentially. The world would have found out. So they need to keep it under wraps, so they assassinated him. But before we could find out anything else, it then flashed back 9 years before that, where Mamie, the president's wife, is actually also under the influence of these aliens, and they've basically blackmailed him, saying, look, you're going to let us take 5,000 people a year, we'll give you technology in return, and if you don't, I'm going to kill your wife, kind of thing. So that's how that came about. But who was president after Kennedy? Was it Nixon? Because are we going to see that in this? Are we going to see Nixon then go on about aliens? Because I don't know what he did in real life, Nixon. I don't know what his ideologies are. I don't know what his campaigns were. I'm just fresh. I'm fresh on this whole presidency thing. I kind of wish I was up to date on it because I think it would make a lot more sense, and I'd be able to predict what would happen because I feel like it's based a little bit on real events, not necessarily aliens, but the people in it. But anyway, enough of that. I basically said Mamie going, being abducted or being controlled, and then talking to Ike about taking their deal. Kennedy got shot, and then it flashed back. So that's that. That's the black and white bit. That's that. And then it flashed forward, and then yeah, it's very self-explanatory. Obviously, the people who do give birth aren't going to be able to go home. I reckon the women are going to give birth, obviously through the natural way, but the men I think are going to die. They're not going to be able to go home, but I think the women do get to go home because Amelia in the first episode of this story, Amelia was found by the president, and she was 2 months pregnant, and she was missing for 20 years. So maybe she was breeded for 20 years and then let go, or she escaped. But I think the women get let go. They get their minds erased, and then they get let go. But for the men, they can't, because for the baby to come out of the men, it has to be through the stomach, and they can't heal from that. So the men that get abducted are dead, but I think the women, I think they give birth and then get their memory wiped and then they're let go. That's what I think. But the doctor, right, with the big alien eye and the normal human eye, she's been there for time, so it has worked. Like, this whole experiment thing has worked, and I think this is just showing the process of what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if someone's going to put a stop to this. It could be the young woman, forgotten her name, the one that's kind of raising all these questions. She might put a stop to this whole thing, but we can see that there is proof of this working through the doctor who took her mask off. I don't know what the end goal is here. When does it stop? What is going to be the final? Like, there's 2 episodes left. There's obviously not a lot more to show. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there because I just feel like it's all self-explanatory. Like, I don't really have much predictions. Like, I'm just watching it as it's coming, you know? I'm not being given a lot of information, I feel. I'm just watching 2 separate stories, one in the past, one in the present, I guess. It's not the future. One in the past, one in the present. We had a little cameo from, obviously not the real Steve Jobs, but someone playing Steve Jobs. I said it during the episode, but what they're trying to get at is all these millionaires today that are coming up with these inventions and these smart gadgets and stuff. I think they're basically trying to say that the aliens have given it to them and they're making millions off of it, like Steve Jobs with the iPhone. I've got one right here. Anyway, I feel like I'm waffling on. I'm going to stop it there, guys. Thank you guys for watching this reaction to episode 8 of American Horror Story Season 10. If you enjoyed this reaction, you can watch the full reaction to this episode over on my Patreon. You can also watch the full reactions to the previous 7 episodes of this season. And you can also watch the full reactions to American Horror Story Seasons 1 to 9. So every single episode of American Horror Story so far, they're all on my Patreon in full. Every single episode so far. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then I reckon episode 9 and 10. Or is it 7, 8, 9? Yeah, episodes 9 and 10 will be on my Patreon as well in full. So there'll be an early access feature as well on my Patreon if you're interested in that. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching again. And I'll see you for episode 9 of American Horror Story Season 10. Take it easy.